Hello, everyone. Well, let me put my teeth in. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Community Distance Reiki. It's wonderful to see you this afternoon. If you're new here, go ahead and put your requests for your personal well-being and healing in the live chat by hitting the live chat button. And for those of you returning, welcome back. It's wonderful to see you again, and thank you for the ongoing support. My name is DanielleStimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and if you'd like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you'd like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description. And through the 26th of December 2023, there's a 20% off coupon at my shop for all crystals and gift certificates for distance sessions. And that coupon code is SHOPSMALL2023, no spaces. SHOPSMALL2023, no spaces is 20% off on gift certificates and crystals at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. So for those of you who might be new, and those of you who've been here before, today is Wednesday, which means I do have a hard stop time at 5:30 to go teach my Wednesday evening Reiki classes. But every other stream tends to go even a little bit longer. I'll get everyone's request that I possibly can. And beginning in next month, in January, I've pushed back the start time of Reiki classes so that we can have a whole full 2 hours together. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you for your ongoing support. I hope you're having a great day. And if you're not, that's cool. Bring your vibes in, your authentic vibes, however you feel. You are welcome to be yourself. We're going to go ahead and take all of those requests for wellness and well-being, build a beautiful crystal grid to all of those requests, and then I'm going to send you some distance Reiki so that you will be feeling a little bit better, and if nothing else, really supported. And everyone in the chat, thank you so much for being so kind to me. I know you guys are always so incredibly kind and helpful and supportive to one another. Thank you for helping to make this such a wonderful space. So let's dive in, start building that grid, and say hi to everyone. Okay, so, oops, it looks like Gertie jumped up on my desk, Gertie the cat, jumped up on my desk and wiggled my camera a little bit. Okay, and there we go. Wonderful. So as per usual, we have our copper spiral. This helps to break up blockages, get the energy flowing, and the mirror here helps to reflect and deflect any energy that just doesn't need to be here. Let's go ahead and say hi. Welcome in, Mrs. Holmes. Chris, good to see you. Violet Integration, Lila Ray, Flower. Oh, so good to see you all. So let's start taking those requests. Okay, let's see. So we've got Violet Integration, Intention of Confidence, Heart Healing, and Pinched Nerve in your neck. Okay, well, let's take care of that as best as we can. So we've got this Confidence and Heart Healing. Confidence and Heart Healing. Let's start with confidence. Confidence is yellow calcite. It's a perennial favorite here. This has so much optimism, encouragement, and really supports everything in alignment with your solar plexus chakra, which is your center of self, personal identity, free will. This helps you to sort of be yourself and feel fulfilled and supported in doing so. It helps you to prioritize your desires in life and helps you let go of any feelings or needs of approval in and along your way and path in life. But in general, it helps to just clear a lot of blockages around self-identity, and it brings in a lot of confidence, but also optimism. So I hope that this is helpful for you. We'll start these here. We'll see where they end up in the grid. And next, for the pinched nerve in your neck, let's bring in some Amazonite. Amazonite is great for the spine, the entire spine, including absolutely the neck. And it can be very helpful for the spinal nerves. And it sounds like both of these are kind of involved. And of course, I mention this all the time, but nothing I do here is meant to be a replacement for anything else. crystals, Reiki, meditation, all these kinds of things, they're wonderful for a complement to everything, but not a replacement for anything. So yeah, so these are definitely thought of to help the spine and spinal nerves. It's also on more of an emotional level and spiritual level, helps quite a bit with taking self-care, prioritizing yourself, your needs, and your resilience. And especially for folks who tend to think of the needs of others before the needs of themselves. This is, if you're looking for a Christmas gift for a nurse, consider Amazonite. It's a really great stone for that. And for heart healing, let's bring in some pink kunzite. This has a lot to do with not only finding love, finding commitment, and sort of bringing in setting the groundwork for a great relationship there. This is also wonderful with helping heal the heart after heartbreak, loss, things like that. Also wonderful for things like chemical sensitivities, people who get like rashes and allergic reactions to things like that. Helpful for compassion. Wonderful for sleepless babies. This is thought to be very calming. Of course, obviously keep the stones out of reach of little ones. Also wonderful for just even if you're dealing with toxic people, toxic bosses, toxic family members at gatherings, it's that time of year, can be really helpful for that too. So we will bring in pink kunzite. More than anything, this is a stone that I think of in regards to compassion. Very Kuan Yin energy, very collective consciousness, unity consciousness, that we're all interconnected, and what we put out into the world, we put into ourselves. It's our spiritual being is much more interconnected than we might think on a day-to-day basis. So that is pink kunzite. It's wonderful to see you, and I hope things get better soon. Joanna, lots of love. Good to see you. Oh, you're in too much pain to think. I have muscle spasms in my neck. Pinched nerve, I can't even imagine. Honey, if you want to lay down and do whatever might make you feel better, go right ahead. I won't take it personally, but you're certainly welcome to hang out here and chat if it helps distract you. Request divine help for cigarette cravings, relief, determination, and quitting. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you for quitting smoking. I've done it. It is not easy. Okay, so let's bring in Unakite. Is excellent for smoking cessation. I've been trying to put it in a lot of the grids, but I'm going to bring it in today. It's good for all addiction, but particularly smoking. It's really thought helpful. It's also good for women's health, women's hormones, metabolism, also circulation of the heart and fluids throughout the body, as well as fertility, prenatal, postpartum, pregnancy journey, all of those different hormonal parts of a woman's life. That's Unakite, but great for things like smoking cessation for everyone. So we'll bring that in. Very grounded, earthy, supportive stone. And Chris, I don't know if I've mentioned this to you, but have you thought of, and totally feel free to be like, it's not my thing. I found community acupuncture really helpful when I quit. Of course, everyone, different situations. It might be helpful. The thought of needles might freak you out, but community acupuncture can be really affordable, and you can go often, like you kind of need to the first few weeks when you quit. Let's bring in snowflake, obsidian, selenite, labradorite. Black onyx. Lemurian, apatite, herkimer. Let's start there. Labradorite can help with improved sleep, and it's also helpful for calming disputes, especially in a workplace. It can help make for a really, a more harmonious workplace. Helps too for detailed attention to really fine things. So if you're researching, maybe working on schoolwork or what you do for work, or if you're, say, a coder or a programmer and you're looking for one tiny little error, labradorite for sure. Also really helpful for clairvoyance, which is your intuitive sight, the images we see, everything from the images in dreams to those when we meditate or do energy work or even like read tarot or anything like that, can be very helpful. Herkimer diamond, which is actually a type of clear quartz. This is really helpful with manifesting and with being in the present moment, which may really help with addiction too. Wonderful for harmonizing discordant energy. So it's another one to have around for big gatherings, big work meetings, kind of bring the energy into a sense of harmony and calm, and helps to also support metabolism and intuition. If you're manifesting anything, Herkimer diamond can be really helpful for kind of boosting that. And that's regardless of what you might be manifesting. So there you go. Snowflake obsidian helps with guilt, with inner reflection, with seeing the patterns and habits that we have and working to kind of rebuild something more positive in its place. Wonderful for clairaudience, which is our spiritual hearing. So when we just sort of hear something, we go, what was that? This stone will help that to come through more clearly. Also helps body, mind, spirit balance, calms overstimulation, and is wonderful for things like hope after loss and inner peace. So that is snowflake obsidian. Okay. Blue apatite has been a favorite of ours recently, and kind of, easy to see why. So this is very helpful when it comes to strengthening our energy field, so we're less inclined to take on the energy of others. It's very helpful for learning about our soul's purpose and also giving us the courage to enact it and bring that forward, sink our teeth into the work to bringing it out. Wonderful too for inner harmony and peace, and also with a more healthy and connected and well-balanced relationship with food. So whether you're looking for weight loss or just a healthier place in your life for food or a new perspective on food and diet, this is a lovely stone. This is blue apatite. And yes, it is hilarious that apatite is the stone that helps with exactly that. But yeah, it does help. So yeah, blue apatite. Next is black onyx. This helps with grounding fear and anxiety. It also helps to relieve self-doubt, and this will help with the intention for violet integration too. This is very helpful for self-esteem. Wonderful too for spiritual and energetic protection and also processing grief. Helpful too for protection against those who might play mind games. So that is black onyx. And it's such a beautiful stone. Next is quite an opposite stone in terms of appearance. It's going to be selenite. I always have a large piece of selenite, this one right here, right beneath the crystal grid every time I do a grid for us. It helps to reflect nothing but pure white light, which keeps the energy really pure and crisp. It helps me to better communicate with my guides, which is how it can help you too. And it's also wonderful for clearing the energy of crystals and stones. Just put your crystals or stones on them and kind of leave them there for at least a few hours until they feel better. But yeah, it's very helpful for connecting to your guides and creating just really good harmonious energy. So I'm going to put a piece in the center. Lemurian quartz, particularly this blue mist Lemurian quartz, is helpful for healing the pain of the past. So from even early childhood, pre-memories, all the way to past lives, wherever the pain resides, this helps to heal it and also helps you to learn about yourself on that healing journey. It's a very powerful healer of past emotional pain. So you don't have to remember your past lives in order for this to be a helpful stone. Here we go. And here we go. So that is blue mist Lemurian quartz. Grace, it's wonderful to see you. Oh, I was just going to ask about Little Tree. Okay, he cannot make it today. Tell him we send our love to him and his friend. So thank you for bringing Little Tree in here when he has time. Goddess of Four, good to see you. I will get to everybody's request that I possibly can. And I'm going to grab just 2 more of Chris's, and then I'll come back for as many of yours as I can. We got Amazonite already. Let's bring in Peridot and Carnelian. So Peridot helps with breaking habits and just like bad cycles, things that we keep doing that get in our own way. Helpful too with releasing guilt, anger, and jealousy, as well as helping with digestive issues. Everything from, say, Crohn's, IBS to acid reflux or just sour stomach. Also helps to boost really good friendships. So that's Peridot. And Carnelian is the stone of relationships and the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is just beneath the navel, and that's how we relate to other people and the world around us, all the way to our most intimate relationships. This is sexuality, fertility. It's also helpful for attracting romantic love interests and for things like healing wounds and supporting colds and allergies. So that is Carnelian. The sacral chakra also encompasses creativity, and so Carnelian can be really helpful with that as well. There we go. So that is Carnelian. And I will work in as many more of your requests as I possibly can, Chris. Okay. Miss Holmes, focusing on your mental health, spiritual healing, physical healing. Feeling as if you're going through a spiritual attack. Gotcha. So let's go ahead and grab some. Let's say this. This. Let's start here. So one of the stones that can help with things like spiritual attack, and this is whether it's actually is a spiritual attack or it feels like one, and sometimes it can be really hard to discern, which we'll get to. This is red tiger eye. Red tiger eye is probably the most protective stone that I have. Whether it's spiritual attack, psychic attack, malevolent spiritual work, or mundane bullying, people picking on you, people trying to take advantage of you, manipulate you. Either way, this is a really helpful stone. Also very helpful for attracting financial abundance in a hurry when needed. But this can be, even if it's not what's actually happening, this can help with kind of that feeling of protection and safety that can help you feel a lot more free and a lot more relaxed. So either way, it'll be helpful. So that is red tiger eye. There we go. Next is a great stone for mental health. It's lepidolite. It's actually lithium mica. Lithium has been used by everyone from the ancient Greeks all the way to right now. It's actually a prescription medication, lithium. So definitely a good example of why we don't put stones in water and then drink it for the impact. Because when taken internally, this can have wildly different impacts on different people. As a stone to carry around, it's much easier to work with. It's a general mood booster, but also helps kind of sort out what's going on. It helps to soothe and calm the emotions so that you can get a better understanding of what's happening. It helps with bringing attention to the patterns and thoughts and beliefs and what have yous that are impacting you right here and now that you might want to revisit, might make things easier, and helps with discerning too, especially things around should I leave, should I go, should I stay, but discernment in general so you can start to tell what's going on. But this is thought helpful as a crystal, not a medication or ingesting, but as a crystal helpful for mental health across the board. So that is lepidolite. And lepidolite, you can see here, it's like a purpley silver. Sometimes you'll see it not quite a mica itself. It might be in another stone, or it might be a piece of like a purple stone, but this is lithium mica. Another one that helps with discernment and also just a lot of support is celestite. So this helps us to connect with our angels and our higher wisdom. So also really supportive with discernment. So this is, if you're like, I don't know if this is a spiritual attack or if it feels like one, or what's going on, this can help with, is that energy? Is that my logic telling me this? Is that my emotions feeling that way? And can kind of help you suss out what is where, but also in a very light way and in a very protected way, because this is very connected with the angels. So I hope that this is very supportive. It's generally a great stone for mood and feeling connected to spirit. And it's also one that can help even with pain in some circumstances, or at least our experience of pain, because it's a very spiritual stone. So it makes us kind of focus on different aspects of life, so we're less inclined to notice the physical pain or be aware of it. I hope that helps. For physical healing too, just looking at other people's requests too. Good call, Flower. I was actually just about to grab tree agate. Okay, so for physical healing, wellness, well-being on all levels physically, one of the stones that I often use is tree agate, which is sacred in Ayurveda, the sister science to yoga. This helps with bringing energy all throughout the different parts of the body and with harmonizing that flow. No matter the type or style of imbalance or the way that it shows up in your body and in your life, this will help to reharmonize and rebalance it. So we will bring that in. It's great for physical health and well-being on every conceivable level, which is why it's considered so sacred. And another stone that I think is kind of on the docket for today, not just for you, but definitely for you, is moss agate. Moss agate is another very general stone, but it's definitely body, mind, and spirit kind of stone. On the physical, it helps with infections, whether it's virus, bacteria, fungal, what have you. It helps your body to kind of gain the upper hand. Wonderful too for when you're doing any kind of psychological sorting, or if you're going through therapy. This is helpful for connecting with your inner child, connecting with your higher self, and also spiritually feeling connected to spirit, supported by spirit, in connection with unconditional love. Also really, really helpful for finding any fears of the unknown too. So this helps with body, mind, spirit for sure. So we will bring that in. Oop, there we go. So that's moss agate. So I hope that helps and that supports you in feeling better. I'm glad that you're here. Yay. Let's see. Okay, so flower, tree agate, we got Super 7 and sleep. So Super 7. So let's start with the sleep. So this is fuchsite, and one of the things that this can help us with is relief from sleep disorders. It's also really helpful for spinal alignment, so this might be helpful for violet integration, and it helps to boost the energy of other stones. It's also a really potent stone of fun, joy, and just allowing yourself to connect with that sense of playful joy can be really renewing, very restorative, and allow you to kind of come back to your body a little bit. Helpful very much for inner child work, as well as carpal tunnel. And so I'm going to bring that in. So that is fuchsite. So I hope that that helps with the sleep. Super 7 is a very powerful healing stone that was gifted to us by Chris. And this stone helps with intuition on every level, whether you're doing shamanic journeying, reading tarot, reading tea leaves, scrying, whatever it is you're doing, this definitely helps boost your connection. Great too with working towards long-term goals and like towards bigger plans and being able to sort of put one foot in front of the other towards that larger goal. Helpful too for strengthening your energy field and for peace, harmony, and connection to unity consciousness. That's the awareness that we are all interconnected, and what we put out into the universe, we put into ourselves too. Also helps with past lives, karmic healing, as well as healing the earth. It's a very powerful healer of nature. So we will bring in Super 7. There we go. And last but not least, we've got amethyst here. This can be really helpful for sleep too. In addition to sleep and rest and restoration and renewal, this is a stone that helps you if you're making any big changes in your life. Whatever it is that you're shifting, and this has a very strong affinity to like recovery, addiction, even in specific 12-step programs, but not just limited to those. This is one that's thought to help you sort of forgive yourself a little bit as you move through and make those big changes so that you don't beat yourself up, but also so that you take responsibility for yourself. So it's personal responsibility with kindness and support and love, and it definitely helps to support better sleep. So that is amethyst. And I hope that that helps. I hope that that works, and I hope you get some sleep. Like I said before, I used to have chronic insomnia, and we finally got, it ended up being an antidepressant that fixed it because it was caused by PTSD. And it's amazing, the difference in my life. It took me about 2 to 3 years to start to get used to sleeping through the night. It was wild. So all the love to you. All the love to you. I hope you sleep well. So for Goddess of 4, healing intentions, foot pain, organizing, releasing clutter, weight loss, and fast money prosperity. Love it. So we've got red tiger eye, which helps with the fast money. Let's bring in some citrine for some financial abundance. This will also be helpful for Chris as you quit smoking. This is helpful for all addictions and compulsions. Also helpful for making good financial decisions. Balancing logic with intuition, which really helps unlock more power of your mind and your ability to make decisions for yourself. Fibromyalgia, nausea. Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful stone. Very connected with financial abundance. So we'll put that in here. True citrine can be really difficult to find anymore. A lot of it is just amethyst, which it's found next to in nature. That's been heated and baked, maybe even irradiated to give it kind of a yellowy color that doesn't quite look orangey brown. And yeah, there's just a lot of it out there. So we've got that. So let's see, healing intentions, foot pain, organizing. Releasing clutter. Okay. Weight loss. Okay. So malachite can be really helpful with letting go of things. Usually it's more of like an emotional letting go stone, but it feels like it wants to come in. Maybe part for you, maybe part for someone else, but I'm going to bring it in. This helps with definitely like processing deep emotional anything, like deep emotional pain, grief, loss, whatever feels difficult that you might be holding onto because you're worried or scared or overwhelmed with the process of dredging through it. This can help us to process those really difficult emotions so that we can leave that pain behind and move forward much more free. So it definitely helps with letting go emotionally, and sometimes physical stuff can carry emotional energy. Also helpful for depression and anxiety. Definitely also helpful for flower because this is linked with helping insomnia and arthritis, inflammation, all of that good stuff. So that'll help your foot too. So we'll bring that in. So that is malachite. Here we go. For, let's bring in for organization. We're going to bring in some garnet. This helps with strength and practicality. It helps with balance and stability. And it also helps with thinking of the most logical way to do something. It helps you to take fresh eyes to old things and sort of a very discriminating big bird eye view of all the processes involved in even something new and finding the best way for you to go about doing it. Whether you're looking to like fold in new technology to old processes, or if you're organizing and you're like, okay, I want everything to go where it goes, but I want it to make sense logically so that things go back into that place more easily. Garnet is really, really helpful for that. Also, like I said, I didn't mention creativity. This is another stone that helps creativity. But yeah, the garnet is very much a Capricorn type stone. It's January's birthstone. And I love it when I'm organizing or thinking about new like processes with even what I do here. It's like, how do I do this task that takes too long quicker? Let's hang out with some garnet. Pretty soon it shows itself. For your foot too, let's also bring in some howlite. This helps with bones and joints, and the foot has so many of those. So yeah, it helps with everything having to do with the bones and joints, whether it's something acute, something chronic, whether it's pain or healing related. It even is thought to help support density of bones and health of bones. It's also on an emotional level, superb for anger, resentment, and frustration. So I always feel like this is such an unsung hero in crystal healing. People are so quick to want to dye it blue and sell it as fake turquoise or sell it as white turquoise, which it is not. White turquoise is a thing. Howlite is a different thing. They're both beautiful things. But yeah, howlite I feel like deserves a more prominent place in the healing arts world. We use it here often and we love it. We're so grateful for it. And for weight loss, we have blue apatite in there. Iolite is another one that helps with that. And this was also requested by Chris. Iolite is helpful for spiritual sight, so clairvoyance, seeing essences of and impressions of the future and what you might be asking questions about. So it's definitely a must-have for things like shamanic journeying, scrying, stuff like that. Helpful definitely for weight loss as well as fever and certain types of trouble sleeping if it's related to energetic factors. So we will bring that iolite in. And thank you so much for being here. Actually, I think because we've got some time, let's bring in some lapis. This hits a few notes for people. One, this is helpful for pain and inflammation. So this is going to support you. It's going to support violet integration. It's helpful for integrity, owning your commitments, personal responsibility, and even career opportunities, opening those up for you. And it helps with disorganization as well as vertigo and hearing loss. So let's bring that in. I feel like it hits so many notes of what we're working with. It's really called for here. So that is lapis lazuli. Thank you for being here, Goddess of Four. Miss Holmes, you're so welcome. And yeah, I'm so glad you're here too. Oh, Flower, the new medicine is making you sick. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Grace, intentions for job interview. Jenny, welcome in. Job interview, peace, and calmness. Love it. So job interview. So lapis will help that too. This will really help. The yellow calcite will also help with confidence. When you have to like talk yourself up, it'll help with that. And peace and calmness. Blue apatite and snowflake obsidian help with peace and calm. But let's also do some fluorite. So let's start there. Fluorite is really helpful for calm amidst chaos. And this is actually one that's often thought of as helpful for new moms and newborns, like kind of coming back to a sense of stasis after the chaos of birth. It's thought to help. But so think of it in terms of that. It's like being the peace while the chaos and things you can't control swirl along around you. It brings a lot of relaxation and a lot of peace. It's also really helpful for organizing chaotic environments. So this might apply to Goddess of Four. And also, if you work in a really chaotic environment, it can help you to cope with that better. So that is fluorite. So I hope that that helps. But there's a few stones in here that'll be helpful for you. And fluorite naturally forms like this. Isn't it wild? Fluorite's also thought helpful for teeth and bones because it is literally fluoride. And for your interview, let's bring in some sunstone. Sunstone helps to expand our vision of who we are, what we can do, what our future potential is. So it keeps us from playing small. It opens up a ton of career opportunities, and it helps you to stand out. And that can be really helpful during interviews or applications because it allows you to not just be another interviewee or another resume. This helps you to be like noticed and recognized and seen, and also seen for all the attributes that you have. It's helpful too if you work for yourself, if you need to promote yourself, if you need to talk yourself up, which is why it's great for interviews. But it's also wonderful for dealing with phobias, as well as dealing with protection against anyone or any entity or business entity that would exploit or manipulate you in regards to finances. So that is sunstone, orange sunstone specifically. So let's put these here. All the best to you on your interview. Keep us posted. You know we're all cheering you on. And yeah, lots of love to you. The new medicine is making you sick. If you don't mind sharing, and totally understand, I know that these medicines can be far-reaching. Is it like sick to your stomach? Is it like painful? Like, if there's another stone I can grab for you, let me know. But if it's too personal, I completely understand. Jenny, yes, I am well. Something for the puppets, please. Kennel cough. They're on cough suppressants. Gotcha. But they're doing okay. Okay. Yeah, I hope that they don't have that same might be related to COVID thing that the dogs are getting, because that's happening in Philly and it's not good. It went through our shelters and it was rough. Luckily, lots of fosters were able to pull dogs out of the shelter, but yeah, it's rough. So I hope it's just kennel cough, which is still no fun. But let's see. So let's do some emerald and leopard skin for them. Leopard skin jasper is a stone that generally speaking, helps us to connect with animals. It helps with healing animals, supporting animals who are sick, and also for connecting with our animal guides and guardians on the spiritual level. But this is also a stone that can help with anything that impacts the skin, coordination, or balance. Lapis is also helpful for those last two. It's wonderful for attracting a soulmate too, which seems kind of strange given the other things that it helps. But yeah, wonderfully well-rounded stone for helping support animals with healing and helping us to support our animals. So that's leopard skin jasper. And emerald. Moss agate is in there, so the viral, bacterial, whatever is going on with the pups, moss agate can be really helpful with supporting the body to kind of get the upper hand. Another stone that can be helpful for upper respiratory everything is emerald. It's also helpful for healing skin, healing tissue, so this may help Goddess of Four's issues around feet. But this is great for bronchitis, lungs, upper respiratory, everything, sinus stuff. This might be helpful. Helps too with restoring confidence about your appearance, especially if it's something you've been picked on or teased, or is just like your sensitive spot, your Achilles heel, if it were. It helps us to get more confidence around that. Also helps to boost our passions in life. If we feel like we're kind of in a rut and we just aren't really feeling the joy and the things that usually spark our joy, emerald can kind of help shake that off. Ooh. And yeah, this is raw emerald. It's a little hard to see in the camera there. I am working on upgrading our camera. It'll be probably a pretty big upgrade, but it'll be just this camera, not the camera on me. So look out for that. And I hope that that's going well. Puppers. And financial abundance for you, please. Absolutely. Financial abundance. Let's do some. We've got citrine. We've got red tiger eye. Let's bring in some pyrite. Pyrite is fool's gold, and it's actually found near real gold. We like to think that it kind of calls in the real stuff. It's not only good for calling in the real gold and financial abundance, it's also very protective while also boosting intuition. So if you are struggling with, yes, I want to hear, see, and know what the intuitive message is, but I also want to be extra protected in that, this can actually hold both of those places at the same time. Also wonderful for fever and the lungs, so this will support the puppies, and the brain, especially memory and information recall. So anyone that's studying, pyrite can be helpful. Also, labradorite and tiger eye can help with that. Also, just a wonderfully shiny and lovely stone. This stone is often treated with a lot of acids, heavy-duty acids, to etch them to keep them from kind of tarnishing. And I'm happy to announce that in the crystal shop, we currently have a whole bunch of non-acidified, non-chemically processed pyrite, which is pretty cool. And it's no difference on the stone. It's more that it's less of an environmental impact. So yeah, they are in the crystal shop. Okay, awesome. Oh, Jenny, thank you. You gave me a super sticker. That's your third super sticker on the stream. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm working on getting the stream updated so that we can get some alerts. So from now on, if you do a super sticker, it'll pop up and jingle and say thank you. But for now, I'm happy to say thank you. Calling in that real gold. that's something I definitely do. Whenever I'm looking to like call things into my life, I let go of things. Case in point, anytime that I'm like looking to get things that I need, I take a look through the things that I don't need but are valuable, and I give them away. I'm like, okay, universe, I'm making room for this, and I'm sharing my abundance. I trust in abundance. And it's when I do that that things happen. So it works. And just yesterday, I gave away my old bed frame to someone in my neighborhood free group. And I looked at the picture online to like show people what it looks like when it's not folded up. And it's one you can get on Amazon. It's like $100 some bed frame. It's not expensive and it's easy to move. And I gave it away, and the person was so appreciative of a bed frame. Meanwhile, I was able to replace it with something that suits my new apartment better. And so I'm like, okay, universe, and in return, like I trust the abundance that I can give this bed away. And it does absolutely help to open up those avenues of abundance coming back in. So thank you. But yeah, calling in the real gold for all of us. Really appreciate it. And flour. Oh, it makes you vomit. Okay. You won't take it anymore, but it means that you'll be awake. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's see. For nausea, there is citrine. That's really helpful for nausea. I know that you're not taking it anymore, but you're probably a little worse for the wear from having been sick from it. Another one that can help calm the stomach and the whole digestive tract is mookaite. Mookaite's also great for accepting change and making decisions. It boosts the immune system as well as the sense of digestive calm. And it's helpful too with earth connection. So whether you're doing healing work for the earth or doing environmental work, or if you want to spiritually connect with the land you're on, either way, this can really support it. It helps too with a sense of adventure and motivation. And it's also thought to aid things like the thyroid, bloating, and circulation of fluids through the body. Mookaite also goes by the name of Australia jasper. It's beautiful, usually thought of in terms of sort of this burgundy maroon and this mustardy yellow and also like a beige. They kind of work together. It's a really particularly beautiful stone, but I hope that this helps with like just calming down your digestive tract for what it's been through. I hope that it brings some chill out, some calm, some peace to that. So let's do that. Awesome. Yeah, I know when I was going through those medicines, all the different things that they did and to my mind and to my body, I was so happy when we found that something like an antidepressant worked in my case, just because it meant I didn't have to go from one med to the other, and so much happier. You're so welcome. All the best to you. It stinks, I know. We've got a little bit of extra time, so if anyone has any other requests, I'm going to go back up to Chris's and put the rest of those stones in, but hey, ask and you might receive. Let's see. Some other requests that Chris had. Oh, I've gotten a few of them. Garnet ruby, rutilated. I'm also going to bring in, I did some research, and picture jasper is highly recommended for smoking cessation too. So I'm going to bring that in. So picture jasper is helpful in a lot of different ways. This is a really cool stone that helps with a lot of very related issues. This helps with envisioning a future ahead. Like if you're brainstorming about what you want your future to look like, this helps keep it really positive and really expansive. It helps with seeing the big picture, including a particular scenario you might be dealing with. Often it's linked with like new adventures, like planning a big vacation or a big move even, but it's also really helpful with like thinking about starting a business or thinking about a big change in your career, a big change in your life. It helps with hidden fears that might be in your way that you haven't noticed, so that you can work on those. And it's also wonderful for opening up a sense of adventure, especially if you are traveling places where there will be new cultures and even new languages. So we'll bring this in. It's on the physical level, there's a lot of linkages between picture jasper, which also goes by desert jasper, to a lot of linkages to like big planning, moving, envisioning the future. Some people even use it as a scrying stone. And to scry is to stare at something with soft gaze and gently like allow it to make pictures in your mind of an intuitive variety. It's kind of like when we gaze at the clouds and we're like, that one looks like a this, that one looks like a that. If you do that with intention and intuition, you can start to see things that come to you as more spiritual, like basically bringing in your clairvoyance to that. This can help with that too. So that's picture jasper. Ruby helps with love and fertility, as well as courage, particularly courage to be your true and honest self. It's really helpful when it comes to management and leadership themes, as well as it's thought to be helpful with fibromyalgia. So that is ruby, which is so beautiful. It's like that purpley red. So where shall we place our ruby? Let's put it right behind our orange sunstone. And rutilated. Rutilated can help with mental clarity. So this actually might help Mrs. Holmes too. So this helps with mental clarity and like focus. It also helps with boosting physical energy in the body. So this might even be, so I think this will be supportive to, hey Sam, welcome in. This will be supportive too for flower, kind of giving you that boost of energy, especially after not only not sleeping well, but feeling kind of crappy from your meds. It's thought to boost energy and mental focus and bring healing energy and healing treatments of any variety to where they're most helpful in the body. And because of that, this was still today often thought of as a helpful stone for like a beautiful gift of intention for someone who's going through cancer treatments. It's thought to like boost the energy and like, hey, all those treatments you're getting, I hope they go to right exactly where they're going to be most helpful in your body and do their job really, really well. So that is rutilated. So let's bring that in. Yeah, absolutely, flower, feel better. And let's see. Samantha. Reiki for sprained hands. Ooh. Physical health, healing, endometriosis. Gotcha. Digestive empath. Gotcha. So let's do endometriosis. My favorite stone for that is pink tourmaline. This is good for any kind of gynecologic, anything. But definitely for that. It's also really helpful for migraines and even just headaches in general and nerve pain. So this may help Violet Integration's neck too. Helpful for spinal injuries, mother-baby bonding, and to break down negative self-image so that you can start to relate to yourself in a more healthy way. Sprained hands, let's see. I would usually grab, for sprains and things, emerald, which is already here. That's super helpful for soft tissue injuries. So that can be really helpful for sprains. There's also, for joints in general too, howlite is already there. But I'm going to bring in dumortierite. This also helps with like ligaments and tendons in case any of those are a factor here. And dumortierite, which was a gift from Jennifer Vatsa, who's often here, it also helps with tidiness, which I know was a request today. It helps any situation that seems hopeless. And it's also wonderful for not only ligaments and tendons, but standing up for yourself, as well as dealing with things like anger and frustration. So that is dumortierite. We have leopard skin jasper in there for animals already. We have red tiger eye in there, which can be really, really helpful for warding off evil eye stuff. Jet is too. Jet really helps keep the nasty stuff at bay, and it's also excellent for healing anything around grief. Grief, loss, whether it's loss of a person or a pet in your life, like they've passed on, or if you're grieving like loss of a job, loss of a business, it can help that grief too. It is, hey Lisa, I hope you're doing well. This also helps anyone that's working in hospice type environments or is near anyone or any animal that is soon to pass, but very, very protective against the paranormal, evil eye, that kind of thing. So that's Jet. And car protection, protecting property, is smoky quartz. It's been used since the Middle Ages for exactly that. It's also really helpful for clearing our energy, calming worry. It's like a very calming stone in general, but it transmutes not great energy and shifts it into much better energy. It's a wonderful stone to have around. But yeah, wonderful for preventing theft and also for breaking up energy blockages and just kind of moving them on. So that is smoky quartz. Next is, let's see, calling in prosperity. We've got citrine, pyrite, red tiger eye. And you want to do kind of like empath clearing and also digestive stuff. Let's do Dalmatian jasper because that does both incredibly well. So black tourmaline helps to repel negative energy, and that's the black dots in here are actually black tourmaline. Going through this jasper, Dalmatian jasper, and you can kind of see where it gets its name. This helps to deep clean our energy field and also helps us to balance digestion. It really helps to chill digestion out and kind of calm it down. It's also really helpful for, as you clear that energy that you're letting go of, it can help you to embrace things in a new perspective. So it can help let go of things like cynicism and jadedness and help allow for even more cooperation amongst people. So that is Dalmatian jasper. I think I got all of your requests. Digestive, empath, medium, healing, warding off evil eye. Prosperity and prosperity we have, and angels we have celestite. Let's bring in some angelite. Angelite and celestite are very closely related. Angelite, when left in the Earth's crust long enough under the right circumstances, turns into celestite. So as the name would suggest, helps us with connecting to our angels, and also helps you to feel more connected to source, more connected to spirit, very much connected to your angels. It provides an incredible amount of spiritual protection, and it can help impact the experience of sound healing in a very positive way. So let's bring in some, didn't want to do that. Let's actually put you here. And you here. And you here. So that's angelite. And Lisa. Support mom's infection. Okay. Brother's heart and sister's sight. Managing what seems like a large number of crises, including one at work, which feels really overwhelming. Dealing with a lot of grief this time of the year. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lisa. That's a lot. We have moss agate in there, which will definitely support your mom's infection. And also the rutilated quartz will help like drive all the healing that they're doing right to where it matters most, and give her a little bit more energy. Brother's heart, we have unikite And yeah, Unakite will really help with the heart and circulation. Sister's Sight. Sapphire helps with eyes and ears. So we've got ear infections going on, we've got eye problems happening, and it also helps connection to your angels and intuitive connection. So this is Sapphire. So this hits a number of different things. This is great for empowering things like connection to spirit and angels, as well as channeling, mediumship. Wonderful for just connecting with your angels at all too. Helps with envisioning positive outcomes in really difficult times, and is thought to support the thyroid and call in speedy justice. Also is thought to support anyone with dementia, as well as those who care for and about them. So that is Sapphire. So that'll help the eyes and the ears. Managing a large number of crises. Garnet is in there to help you kind of get the most on that. Also Ruby for leadership and management. You're so welcome, Samantha. And a lot of grief. We have Malachite, and even more importantly, Jet in there to help with the grief. And I'd like to bring in for you Zebra Jasper. And then I think we're going to get, oh yeah, we got to get into the healing. So yeah, Wednesdays until the end of December are a little bit shorter because I have to teach. But this is Zebra Jasper. This is excellent for stress and overwhelm, and just another one that was actually gifted to us by Chris. So thank you, Chris. This helps to be really empowering. It also helps muscle spasms and taking initiative. It helps you to bust out of a rut and kind of go with the flow. But it also helps like overwhelming stress and when you just feel overburdened. It can also help you to stand up for yourself and say no and draw boundaries where appropriate. And it helps bone disorders, as well as breaking through apathy, almost like when you just get to that point of like, I just don't even care anymore. I want to care about this thing, but I wasted all my energy dealing with that thing. And maybe not wasted energy, more like I utilized all my energy on that thing, which is pretty important. But this is where I wish I had spent my energy on. Helps with that. So definitely bring this in. And I hope that this helps you. So that is Zebra Jasper. And thank you, Chris, for your support in providing these. Let's do actually. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and explain a little bit about Reiki, what it is, how it works. I'm going to kind of abbreviate that a little bit today so that we can get into as much healing as possible. Thank you all for being here and inspiring this beautiful grid. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and safe travels for your son. I can definitely support that. Okay. I'll bring in some moonstone for you. Definitely helps with that. So the link for Learn Reiki Philadelphia is in the description, or you can just type it into your browser. And if you would like to save 20% on some gift certificates for distance sessions and readings, or crystals for your holiday gifts, from now through the 26th of December, you can save 20% with the coupon code SHOPSMALL2023. So Reiki has become more or less a catch-all term for energy in the West, but specifically I work with what's known as Usui Reiki. This is created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan, which societal issues really required this to be a secular practice while being incredibly spiritual and empowering. And I feel like that's why we love it so much in the West. So as I basically use Usui's techniques, the concept of energy that is the foundation for this practice can best be seen in Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything is interconnected, and spirit supports this lovely energy that allows us to be the spiritual beings that we are and allow us to have physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual resilience. And it's thought that This energy is already flowing through us and everyone else. And essentially and that it also supports our body, mind, and spirit to do all of the things that they already do. So essentially what I'll be doing is using Usui's techniques to connect to this energy and direct more of it to you so that your body, mind, and spirit will be supported in doing what they already do. So during the session, you may feel some physical sensations, emotions may come up or be released. Mentally, you may be able to think some things through that have been challenging. Spiritually, you may get an epiphany, an insight, even an intuition. You may also have a lovely nap. And I generally encourage you to enjoy this time any way that feels good to you. All that's required to receive it is that you're open to it. And by being here, you are. So get comfortable, sitting up, lying down, it doesn't matter. Just get cozy. If you want to use this time rather than sitting still and just being, you can also rather journal, stretch, move, bend, get a cup of tea, whatever feels right. And at the end of the session, you'll hear my voice come back in, invite you to take a few deep breaths. And at that time, I'll reopen the chat to answer any questions. Additionally, the lights, I will turn them down. You will notice that they move slowly and gently from one color to the next. They will not flash or strobe. And I will turn the music up. If you want to learn more about our musical creator, she's linked in the description below, all the way at the bottom. And of course, if you want to know more about me, live online, Reiki certification classes, one-on-one sessions, and crystals, learn ReikiPhiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description along with all of my social media and my email newsletter. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at that grid and get some healing on. Awesome. Oh, and thank you for remembering the gratitudes. That's how we usually lift the energy. So if you feel like sharing any gratitudes in the chat, awesome. You can also just think of a few things that you're grateful for, and that will lift the energy of the space that you're in. Additionally, during the session, if you feel like you want to go a little deeper, or if you get distracted, just take a deep breath in and out, and you will come right back into the session. I am here 5 days a week, same days, same time, so you can make this part of your schedule. And starting in January, this particular share will be able to go till 6 o'clock because I will move the start time of my Reiki classes to 6. So thank you for being here. Thank you for inspiring this grid. I hope you have a beautiful session, and I will see you all just about 5:30. Usually the sessions go for 25 minutes, but today we're just a little short. I'm sorry. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to the room. Come back to yourself. And thank you so much for being here with me today. It's always an honor and a privilege to share this energy with all of you. If you have any questions or anything to share, I invite you to use the chat. And I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times. My next streams are Friday at both 4 and 8 p.m. East Coast US time. And I'm also here Sundays at 8 p.m., Tuesdays at 8 p.m., and of course, just like today, Wednesdays at 4. Thank you, Flower. I'm grateful for you. Lots of love and all the best with the sleep. You're welcome, Chris. You're welcome, Jenny. Thank you all so much. You all are so supportive of me and of each other. Thank you. Sorry for the slightly shortened session, but just keep in mind that Wednesdays beginning in January, so next month, my goodness, it's January already, next month, I'll be able to go till 6, so things will be much better then. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude to all of you. You're welcome, Lisa. All the best to your family. Joanna Sparkles, you're totally welcome. Thank you. Jenny, you have a beautiful evening too. Definitely hit that like button on the way out if you haven't already. And I hope to see you all again soon. So take care, be well, and bye for now.